This year, my mom got me the perfect bag for back to school.
These colorful binders help me stay organized.
These headphones are just what I need for studying.
These new sneakers are just what I needed for the new year.
This jacket is a real must-have.
My parents got me the skateboard I wanted. It's pretty cool.
These scissors really come in handy in art class.
These colored pencils, too.
These new socks, they can be a real lifesaver.
And I finally got my own phone to stay in touch with my mom.
For as long as guns have been around, the debate about laws enacted on them has been a national issue. This video is a product of one of the many school shootings in America in the past year. The Second Amendment protects the individual's rights to bear arms. According to Joe Murphy, a constitutionalist, he believes that amendments are...
You say alienable, and sometimes it's said alien rights. They mean that you cannot take them away. They are yours. They're not yours because of soldiers fighting for it, which is awesome that we have that in our country. It's not because of hunting. It's because they're yours. So that's how it was very much written and is understood, that the right to bear arms means just that. You cannot take them away.
This issue has split the country into two sides. Pro-gun people are typically citizens who directly believe in the Second Amendment. Anti-gun citizens are citizens who believe that the right to own guns should be taken away. The argument, in fact, is supported by statistics in the past few years. In the past 10 or so years, there have been at least 21 deadly mass shootings in America.
On the Las Vegas Strip, in what has now become the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. Just after 10 p.m. local time, a hail of gunfire raining down from the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel. 22,000 people attending a Jason Aldean concert.
This entire country still reeling after the worst shooting in American history. A massacre at a gay nightclub right here in Orlando overnight, waged by a lone gunman, who we have now learned called 911 to pledge allegiance to ISIS.
At 7:15 this morning, in a Virginia Tech dormitory, a lone gunman shot and killed 2 people, beginning what would become the deadliest shooting spree in U.S. history. More than 2 hours later, undetected, he had reached an engineering classroom building where he killed 30 people more. The rampage ended when the gunman, still in the classroom building, turned one of his semi-automatic pistols on himself.
The Brady Bill is a legislation adopted in 1993 that introduced a 5-day waiting period to buy a handgun. It was also brought into the picture that the policy would have licensed gun dealers to be required to use a national instant criminal background check system. This law was created after the assassination attempt of Ronald Reagan and is still in place today.
The current U.S. President Donald Trump and his cabinet have made many gracious efforts calling for a new gun bill. Although the government has made a substantial effort to form a bill that makes both sides happy, they have failed to do so. Me and my 2 other partners have produced a solution that we feel like will make both parties happy. The bill proposes that everybody, no matter what state you live in, must own a license to own and carry a gun. In order to obtain this license, you must pass a mental and physical test, be put on a 3-day waiting list, and agree to a monthly medical checkup once the license is obtained.
So we're going to all sit around. We're going to come up with some ideas. Hopefully we can put those ideas in a very bipartisan bill. It would be so beautiful to have one bill that everybody could support, as opposed to, 15 bills, everybody's got their own bill. But if we could have one terrific bill that everybody, started by the people around this table, special people. These are the people that seem to be just most interested, very interested in this problem, and it's a big problem.
The reason for the medical checkup is due to the many mass shootings that have occurred due to mental illness.
Shootings have involved gaps in the background check system. So in Virginia Tech, it was, as I described, a shooter who had been adjudicated by a court to be mentally ill, but the records were not put in the system. At Columbine, it was going around the background check system by buying guns from a private seller at a gun show, which allowed people to get guns, no questions asked.
In conclusion, we hope that the government comes to a decision on a new gun legislation. Massachusetts State Rep Claire Cronin also agrees with us. She told us in an interview that she hopes that the federal government and other states will follow Massachusetts' lead and enact gun legislation that will reduce gun deaths in America.